Hey everybody, today we're gonna make this cute little graduation card and I hope that you enjoy it. It's gonna be a gift card holder and a great way for you to congratulate your latest grad. So join me. Hey everyone. All right, we ready to make this card? All right, so here's what we're gonna make, just as a reminder. It's the accordion card for graduation and it's a gift card holder. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. So let's get started. Have everything laid out here, and I'm going to use the Barely Art Precision Craft Glue, and there's no need for pop dots in this particular one. I'm going to scoop that aside, and let's work on the front. So first thing I want to do is make sure my card's folded proper, right? So this is going to be the back side facing up, so I'm going to go ahead and fold this. And then I'm going to take this side, fold this, and then fold inwards. So congrats is in the front. And then you can just kind of pinch it, give it a little squeezer, because we have our score lines in here that we're just pressing down basically. So once you have that pressed down, what we'll do is work on the front, and that is actually going to be a double layer of this congrats. I felt like it gave it a nice little shadow effect. And because this pops up a little bit, I'm going to hold it down with my hand here. Get my glue out. And if you didn't know, so this one has a metal tip on it. And what I do is I put a big pin in there, and that keeps it from drying out on me in between. And it keeps the tip clean on the inside, which is great. So it's just ready to go every time I want it. So I'm just going to glue the back side here. See the fun little cutouts. It looks like a little graduation cap. I had so much fun making this. It was so good. Alright, and then fun part here. So what I'm going to do is kind of open this up and just kind of line it up. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, I'm going to make a mess here. But I do like to line them up as best as I can. Because we're getting a shadow effect, right? So I'm kind of going a little to the right. Got a little bit of black showing through, and now kind of fold into its thing there. We'll put some glue on this other, the white one, and we're going to layer this on top. And yeah, you know, I'm messy with glue, what can I say? This is why I need a fine tip, so I'm not making too big of a mess each time. But like I say, if we're not getting messy, we're not having fun. Alright, layer over it, and you can go straight over the top, it makes it a little thicker. I'm going to squeak it a little over to the right and get some of that yellow showing through. And there you go. We got that set up. And while that's setting up, I wanted a piece of paper 1 second here. I make a mess. That's alright. Like I said, I'll clean that up. One thing I didn't cut out was the, I forgot to cut out. I accidentally threw it away, I'll be honest. And that's okay. So I have my scrap paper here, as you can see. Taking a piece of that, because I want to have the sash on the front. And so this is not going to be as clean as when I cut it on the machine, and it is on the machine for you to cut. On the SVG there, but I'll show you an impromptu way of doing it. And so we have our paper here. What I'll do is I'll take it and then I'll just fold it in half, and you can actually drop a little quick dab of glue in there if you want to, give it a squeeze. And what to do is kind of get it to come out the sides here, and it's going to be a little larger, but we're going to cut it down. Alright, so I kind of got the position that I like it in. What I'm going to do is go ahead and glue this down, and then I will cut it while it's on there. And I know I'm not going to be going too far up, so let's do this. Kind of open it up a little bit, gives me a little bit more leverage to squeeze it. And then while I have it here, I'm just kind of resting my scissors here on the edge, giving it a cut, lines right up. Same for this edge, just line it up there. And if you don't like it, you feel like it needs a little more, give it a little more. It's okay. No big deal. Alright, problem solved. And, alright, this side's poking, that's what I was kind of looking at. It's like, are these poking up at all? And we're just going to squeeze a little bit more glue in there. Go ahead and tap that down. Now, look on this side, it's kind of sticking up and over, and that's okay. But I'm actually going to go ahead and just fold that little tab over. It's not folding very well, so we can clip it. Okay, problem solved. There you go. So now we got a cute little sash going on. And now we're going to move on to the inside. This back side here, just have a gold piece. It just fits right there. And then if you lines right up against the sides, if you feel it's a little too big, you can always make it smaller. It's up to you. Let's go ahead and just run some glue on there. And mainly the reason this is there is so it gives you space to do a couple of things. You can write a congratulations note on it, because you can't really see it in the black, right? So this gold really makes it stick out. And you can use whatever, use whatever color you want. I was thinking Victorian colors, right? Which I think are usually gold. And it was a great contrast here. And, but you can use their school colors, so don't think you have to stick to these colors here. You don't. And then on the inside, what I've done is I've already glued these two together, and we'll see that here in just a minute, because actually I'll just do this one. Let's see, we have another one to glue together, so. And what I've done is, so this piece is smaller than this one, and then just watch how the cut lines are, because if they go in a different direction, you'll see that it doesn't fit exactly the same. So lining that up, and then just giving this a squeeze, and we're going to put these together, and then just kind of eyeballing the spacing. Really it's just the white's making it pop in a different way than just the gold against the black, So we will use that here on the inside. Now that we know, we'll have to keep that folded like that. And we're going to put this more towards the bottom, kind of lining these up so that they match. Take a look at this, yep. And go ahead and give that a squeeze. Put some glue on there. And then just kind of, you can put them near each other. So I'm not going to do right exactly on each other. There we go. I'm going to kind of get it in between these. It doesn't hurt either way. It just looks a little bit better, in my opinion. And so the next part is going to be the gift card holder. And so we have this white piece, and it'll actually fit inside this gift card holder, but we need to make it first. And that's this little piece here, and you can see the little score lines there. So let's go ahead and fold them. And this, believe it or not, is going to be what holds our gift card. So never be afraid to get rid of scragglies. Alright, so we squeeze this. What I'm trying to do is like, flatten it out and to a point where it's not completely popped up, because when we go to lay this down on here, it's just a little bit easier the flatter it is. And then we're going to squeeze just on those tabs some glue. And this is also going to line up to the bottom. So we'll go all the way to the bottom, and then watch side to side, just kind of keep it even as best you can, and then press it down. And what we're doing is pressing those tabs against this back piece here, and then I'll squeeze, get rid of any extra glue here, and hold it just for a sec, and I think we're going to go there. I have this white way to go that we're going to put in there, and then I'm going to let this dry a little bit before we put the white piece, bigger piece inside. And honestly, you don't necessarily have to put it in there. I did it just so that you could see that a gift card would fit in there. You could put a gift card, you could put money, a check, whatever you give your kids these days that they like the most. You can use. There's your way of saying congratulations, and way to go. I'll make a little mess of this glue again. So just try to line it up. For the most part, I mean, there's no right or wrong way here. Just try not to go upside down. It's just harder to read. Alright, squeezing out some of the extra glue. done there. And then just check this little section out. So you know how the tab's folded in, right? So I usually lift this up just a hair, because when it folds, you know, you don't want to hit that. You want to be able to go right in between that. And it should fit right in there. I was saying, if it doesn't, you can always just get your scissors and just trim a little bit off the edge if it makes, you know, if that's what you want. And this is another good spot that you can, what I do is actually, before I say that, I want to trim both sides to make it even. So, you know, if you do that, do both sides, then it'll just look more symmetrical. But you can put, you can write a note on here too, you know. So I'm trying to give many places that I can to be able to say something. And actually, we skipped this little guy because we have a You Did It. So we're going to put that on too. And all of this is going to get glued down this time. Except, I mean, you could use pop dots if you want to. Nothing saying you can't. Just know that obviously it'll fold flatter and fit into an envelope. This is, we'll measure it at the end just to make sure, but I forget how tall this is. I think this is 6 inches. So you might need one of those long business envelopes, but it'll fit in there. Oops, almost went upside down. Go upside down. All right, sticky fingers. Okay. So then I just try to line it up, eyeball it, go get the star fairly centered. Doesn't have to be totally centered. Just put it in a way that looks good to you. Tap that down. And I gotta tell you, I worked with these letters, so I'm so excited how they came out and just how easy they just weed out, you know. And let me know in the comments, and let me know how it is for you as well, if you have any issues when you cut those letters out, because I'm always trying to find ways to make it so that we don't have to use, you know, the sticky back basically to peel and stick everything. But hey, it all works. And you can always use vinyl. I'm just doing paper today. Here's another extra couple little stars we're going to stick in here. I just need to look at this one really quick to see. It's the same size, so we won't use it. I'm going to leave it like this. And you know what? Honestly, this reminds me of like army symbol, right? So hey, you know, any military grads, this is great for military grads as well. Gonna move on to the next side here, and so let's start with a cardigan. And then that's quick and easy. Just give it a bunch of glue. Doesn't need a ton, obviously. And just kind of eyeball it. We're about just a little bit up here. Kind of center it from side to side. Press it on. And good to go. All this extra is all this glue on my fingers drying and coming off on here. And then we have our 2025. Now I have cutouts here for you, so it's a little bit easier to kind of line up and get it on there. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just is some things to help you eyeball. And then give it a bunch of glue, flip it around, and then kind of eyeball it so it's got some even spacing there. That'll work. Tap it down and you are good to go. Now, one thing is I wanted to share with you. So you see these holes? I mean, see how this was graduation caps, this was stars? Use them, right? When I first put this together, we still have our tassel to put on, but when we first put this together, I was like, this is cute, I really like this. But then I was like, oh, let's use the stars, right? Now, I will say, somehow cutting out this project, I don't have all those stars, I have 5, that's fine. What I'm gonna do for this one, assuming my fingers can pick them up, is use some of these white graduation caps this time. So mix and match, and you know, depending on how many of these you cut, maybe you have twins, you know, maybe you're making cards for, you know, your kid and their friends, and you know, you may have a ton of this left over, like little confetti, right? So I'm gonna put little glue dots here. I may not use them all, I may wipe some away, but at least I have them there already. And then I'm gonna take these and just pop them into place. Trying to do a little, let's do different the caps going in different directions. Maybe the stars kind of turn them as you go. And I'm gonna put the stars on the bottom. Yeah, we'll do that. Can't believe I'm able to pick them up. Oops, need a little more glue there. No rhyme or reason at this point. Just whatever you like. Alright, we got a couple more glue dots here. Now those two are in the same direction, so I'll try to make this next one go in the opposite direction. Just because it looks like fun. It looks like it gives it more energy, like someone's tossing things in the air, you know? Alright, so we're going to let that dry for a minute. And then the last piece is this tassel. So, before we put this tassel on, you ever twist the ribbon up when you're making presents? And actually this is I reached down for it's a little large pair of scissors, but basically I take my scissors and then I hold this a little bit and then gently pull it, and it gives this little twirl to it. And you want to do it really gently because these are so thin pieces that they might break off. So, and honestly, if I break it off, I'm gonna glue it on. No worries. I mean, you can always make another one, of course. No big deal. So I'm just giving it just a little bit of curl. Just giving it some energy. It's so funny. All right, and then this one's going to hang like right about there, right at the top. And so I'm just going to glue from like bump to bump. So I'll get that on there. Flip it over. Yeah, this is going to line up kind of like halfway out. And then we just kind of press it into place. Wipe the extra glue off, and I'm going to lift it up just in case I have some on the back side. So I'm not gluing them to my table here. And I didn't, you know, interesting though, because I made these little dots and I probably should have just did each piece. What I'll do is I'll search around my table here. Oh, here's a little yellow one. A couple more glitter spats here we can stick on here. Some Mirandos. Unfortunately, the only other one I have is a black one here. Super fun confetti though. I mean, this cracks me up. Yeah, I didn't think you would see it, but hey, we know it's there. I'm kind of filling in these gaps a little bit. There we go. And there we have it. So, again, I want to let this dry a little bit more, but I'm going to do this real gently to show you. So, how cute. And now, you know what I'm looking at? That's a little large, and I want to be able to see my stars. So, take scissors, and I will adjust the SVG so by the time you get this, that won't happen. And then, as you can see, you get to see all your little caps and surprise with the heart with the stars on there. And so now you have it, a nice accordion card that is also a gift card holder for your awesome graduate. Enjoy. That's it. I hope you enjoyed making this card with me today, and you can give it to your grads or your kids' friends, you know, make a bunch of them. Like I said, use that little confetti pieces. Have fun. Don't forget to like, pound, subscribe, do all the things for my channel. That always helps my business out, so I appreciate you. And if you do want to pick this up in my shop, if you haven't yet and you didn't make it along with me today, then go to sarahproutydesigns.etsy.com, and I'll see you soon.